Now that we've gone through and seen some of the things you can do with both Cloud9 and Lambda, what we can do is go to the next level and work at these trigger levels and these timers. So I'm going to create a function here, and what this function is going to do is it's going to run on a Cloudwatch event. So to start with, I'll again go author from scratch, and we'll call this timer hello. Inside the runtime here, I'm going to select Python 3.6. I will go ahead and create this function. Wait for it, it'll take a few seconds to create. And once this is actually created, what I'm going to do then is I'm going to go to that trigger section and actually make this run at some periodic interval. Okay, now that that's running, what I can do here is I can go into this Lambda and add a print statement here that says basically I am running in a timer like that. That looks like that works. And now I want to have a Cloudwatch event actually trigger that. So I'm going to go to this trigger section here, and I'm going to look through the triggers and find Cloudwatch event. Here is a Cloudwatch event. And from here, this is when I would set the interval that I want this Lambda function to run. When you're doing development, a lot of times a minute interval is great so that you can get that feedback loop. Once you've verified that everything works, then you'll want to go to maybe an hour or a day, something more realistic. But in development, it's great to do a 1 minute timer. So to do that, you can either use an existing rule you've set up or create a new rule. Let me show you how to create a new rule. So if we go here and we say 10 minutes, for example, I could write a rule description in here, and we'll call this runs every 10 minutes. And then I can schedule this expression, and I can do rate here. I can say rate, and we'll say 10 minutes like this, right? And you can see you can put rate 1 day. You can also schedule it at periods during the week, and then next you'd say enable trigger, and then that's all you need to do to actually go ahead and create one of these Lambda functions. Now, another thing you can do, again, this is what I was going to use earlier, is that since I've already had one created, I'm going to go to my Cloudwatch event here, and I'm going to reuse an existing 1 minute timer that I have set. Here you can see the rate 1 minute. I'm going to go ahead and say add. And now what's going to happen is that this timer every minute is going to call this function, and then it's also going to be generating logs, right? Because I've actually enabled those log messages. So what I can do next is go to monitoring here, and I can just look inside the Cloudwatch logs and look for that timer that says running inside a timer. Here we go. We can just go through here, refresh. It'll take about 60 seconds or so for these logs to show up. There we go. I'm running a timer. So you can see how quickly you can get that feedback loop going, where this Lambda function, you're able to test it, get that feedback loop going with a timer, and then make it do something more complex. In this case, again, we're doing something really simple here, where I'm just making it print something, right? I'm running a timer, but you could do many different things. It could be triggering a Spark-based machine learning job. It could be triggering a prediction called a SageMaker. It could be transferring data, kicking off an ETL job that transfers a petabyte of data. It can do many powerful things, but the real tip here is that you have to set up that trigger. And you can see it's very straightforward to set up a trigger. And if you ever want to turn off the trigger, one tip to know about is if you scroll down here and you go to your rule, which again is this one, and we go to Cloudwatch events, you can actually just select disabled and then save, and then that'll just turn off that trigger. So you still get to keep your trigger that's set up for development, and you can use it in number of times on any Lambda function you want, but then when you want to turn it off, you just go to disabled. So really that's the workflow to get timers working. In the next lesson, we're going to go through and actually put that together with more sophisticated Lambda.